as you're doing the play-by-play. And it's brilliant, and I suggest anybody to go check the YouTube clip to watch it, but it's horrifying for Shannon and for me because we do this for a living every day on live. Mike, we are live, unscripted, 2.5 hours a day, and my worst nightmare is what you did. And I watched it again just to get it in my head last night. It's horrifying for us because someday you have a bad day, you come in here, and you can just go over the edge in a heartbeat, and you can't get it back.
Well, he was blackout drunk at the time that he did it. I mean, don't have a quart of rye whiskey, and you'll probably be all right. But yeah, you know, thank you. And you can binge the first season on Hulu right now. I'm going to plug in right now. I watch the first 5 minutes. I say this with all modesty because it's my favorite thing I've ever done. It's really funny, and you'll be in if you watch first 5 minutes. And yes, he freaks out on the air. That's
he does. So allow a quick aside before we get to some sports topics, but you recently won an Emmy for my favorite show because you did a long guest starring appearance on Ray Donovan.
Ray Donovan, yes.
And you played the LA FBI director who's a sort of singing sociopath named Ed Cochran, and you just took the whole series over for more than a season, actually. And you won the Emmy, and you beat the Game of Thrones nominees, and you beat the House of Cards nominees.
I beat him down.
You beat him down. It was.
I really got in their face about it, too.
And it was a cavalcade of stars you were up against to win this award. Can you give us just a little insight into how Ray Donovan works and why it is so good?
From my perspective, I played an FBI guy. They had an FBI consultant who I would talk to a lot. About what are the realities of how you could, because on a show like that where everybody's going so insane all the time, murderously insane, quite literally, you need to know where the reality lines are and what the rules are so you know when you're transgressing them. And other than that, you know, they've got a really cool thing going there. And Liev Schreiber, who plays Ray Donovan, is one of the producers as well. And he's very driven and perfectionistic, and it's an intense set, as you might imagine, because you're not up to like jolly, happy events over there, and you're always wondering who's going to die next, quite literally. But it was a great creative work environment, and I enjoyed it because my character was able to sort of inject a little very dark humor every once in a while, and so I had fun kind of coming in and almost making fun of what was going on there and how intense it all was.
Is it rivaling The Sopranos? Is it that genre,
quality? I love a good crime story. And one of the great things about, as I mentioned, to be part of this golden age of TV we're in and cable, where you can really go anywhere. You know, if you think about it, what they used to make is movies. You know, what you used to make is The Godfather. They don't make those movies anymore. They make The Sopranos.
They do.
And they, because now really studios like Fox can only really afford to make The Avengers or whatever they make. And every other movie kind of gets relegated to, well, make it a cable series because that's where they do that well. But it's like reading a good book. You get so in depth with 8, 10, 12 episodes that guys who can write it and act it well make these like little novels you get into. So I don't know if it's as great as The Sopranos, but it is amazing that you get to follow these characters in depth like that.
You mentioned that you grew up a baseball fan. You grew up in New York. So are you a Mets or a Yankees?
I'm from Queens, so I'm sadly a Mets. No, you have to be born into that. Nobody chooses it.
So it's either or. You can't be both. It's either or.
You know, growing up in the 70s, as I said, those are the Reggie Jackson, Billy Martin Yankees.
Yeah.
You couldn't not enjoy those teams.
Right.
And when I was a kid, I didn't know that you had to pick a side. And I didn't pick a side until the 2000 Subway Series when Clemens threw that bat at Piazza.
Yeah.
I started hating the Yankees. But before then, I was kind of, I enjoyed both teams. But now I can't go back. I've tried, too. I've tried to switch my pinstripes to a little bit darker. You just can't do it.
So I'm assuming you're also Jets.
Yeah.
And I do know that you recently got to meet your new quarterback, Sam Darnold.
Jim Brockmeyer did.
Oh, Jim Brockmeyer. Oh.
Well, I now have the second career going. I almost came here today as Jim Brockmeyer, but I decided to be here as myself. I have respect for you all.
We appreciate that.
But I go around as Jim Brockmeyer and do ridiculous sports takes on shows. And I did that on Get Up one morning, and Sam Darnold walked in before he was a Jet, and I almost jumped out of my seat. I think I grabbed him by the lapels. I was like, please, Sam, please come to New York. Not since Joe Namath have we had a quarterback here that we can be happy about. You'll own this town. Please come here.
So is he the next Joe Namath?
I would say this. I don't know. Who knows? I am a very pessimistic Jets, Mets, Knicks fan. That's just, now it's in my DNA to be very gloom and doom. But I do worry that the Jets might not be the best place to develop quarterback talent. I worry that just the second you put Jets on your helmet, you do things like fumble against somebody's butt. But I think that of all the guys that came, he was my choice. I can't believe the Jets ended up with him in the 3 spot. I think he has the highest bottom. I'll say that. Of all those guys, I think so. I don't know what his ceiling is, but we'll see. I'm thrilled. And, you know, meeting him, even as I did for 2 minutes, he seems really like what you want. Not that I'm an expert, but he seems focused and smart and positive and realistic and coachable. He seems awesome to me.
So you can't leave this show without taking a side in our ongoing furious debate that we have across this table. Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
Yeah.
Please choose the right one.
Now, I've watched you guys for years. I used to be with you on LeBron. When
He's LeBron, yeah.
No, well, I mean,
About
with you on
against
your
LeBron.
take,
Yeah.
your feelings about
Okay, I
LeBron,
got
your
it.
thoughts and feelings.
But you have changed.
I have. I mean, I agreed with you that the guy wasn't clutch enough to be anywhere near considered Jordan-esque, but I think I begrudgingly admit that he has proven that over the last bunch of years.
You happy now?
It's the eyeball test as well.
That's the only test you need. Eye test. That's what you said. What did your eyes tell you?
I agree. I think that, you know, he's just a bigger specimen. He's just more athletic. And he keeps, like all the great ones do, he keeps adjusting his game and learning as he goes. And Skip, I love you, but now you're on him about his defense. I mean, it's always something with you about LeBron.
Yeah.
But wait, the guy, if he listened to you, which he might do, because we all know LeBron listens to everybody, and he decided next year to be the defensive player of the year, he probably would.
You know what? I would love to see that. I would give him a standing ovation for being first team all defense next year. Won't happen.
We don't need
Too old, too tired. Right?
Well, he's 33.
Yeah.
He's in his 15th season.
Yeah.
How old was MJ when he was in his 15th season? How did he do when he was 33?
He played 13 in Chicago and finished at 34 in Chicago.
Okay.
And then he took 3 years off and played his 14th and 15th seasons in Washington at age 38 and 39.
Okay, so when he was 33,
Yes.
was he off or was he still playing in Chicago?
He's playing.
Player.
That would be his second to last.
I wonder how that season compares with the season LeBron just won.
Well, I pointed out to him that at age 34, a year older than LeBron, Michael was still making first team all defense while LeBron has become a disaster on defense at 33.
LeBron is having to shoulder the load.
No.
Because you know, in '98, Skip, did you know that Michael Jordan was third on his team in assists and rebounding? LeBron led his in points scoring.
Okay.
But
I also think if you can talk about GOATs, the Brady factor has to come in, where now the longevity of the thing is starting to become part of the conversation.
Yep.
Well, yeah, he's got incredible longevity. It's a vibranium.
Yep.
Vibranium?
Could be vibranium.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank
Make sure
you.
you check out
If he wins another
Rockmeyer
title, you have to admit.
Wednesdays on IFC. You'll have to come back and debate it again.
Wednesdays, 10 p.m. IFC. You
Yes.
can binge season 1 on Hulu. Right?
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Do the Cavs have any chance of beating the Celtics? We'll discuss that next.